Morning, everyone. Oh, excuse me. Morning, everyone. Yeah, so a little bit late on here to just feel the phone call. Thanks so much, Pietro. I'll explain in a minute. Just going to change over the charts in one moment. Just to explain, please post if any questions. Interact. It's a trading forum, and not a class specifically. Just a second. Something over. Just a bit rushed actually because I had to come out of another situation. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, interact as per normal. I'm going to share the charts now. I think you all know my name is Roger, but please interact. Now share the charts now. Now we're in control. Good. Admit all. Okay. Yeah, it's on the mend. Yeah, I had a bit of a swelling. But the antibiotics seem to sort it out. Yeah. So otherwise, not too bad. But thanks for remembering. Morning, morning, morning. Okay, 1/2 past it is. Just let the guys in here. Okay. Right. Well, got a couple of trade ideas out. We tried one the Dow before, didn't work out too well, but we're trying it again now. Yeah, for a buy. Hopefully, it seems to be holding around about these areas here, so hopefully, might get some upside this time. And the same with the NAS and the gold. So just a second. All these guys ramming in at the same time. Just a second. Okay, sorted. Okay, yeah. Where was I? Yeah. So the three trade ideas, all the information's there. You should have received it all. If you liked it, you'll have done it. If you don't like it, you won't. So yeah. Right, going over the trade we had out yesterday, the Euro AUD. Well done, those who managed to get it because it hit the TP yesterday. Was it this morning or wherever it was? Just already hit the TP. So EU AUD, I have said before, it's a little bit better than I expected to be as quick as that. So that was a very nice one, it turned out. We also had a couple of others out. Let's just quickly check them for you. AUD CAD was a sell at 87.48. Still a bit close to modify. You can if you want. Well, certainly modify to reduce risk, but to get into entry might be a little bit early. But certainly you can bring it down maybe bring it down about 87.70, something like that. You've reduced your risk. It's still there, but it's way, way below the original, which is good news. But it's in a bit of a profit as we speak. Just let these guys in. Okay, AUDCHF. It's 3 this morning. Oh, Peter, thanks very much. Okay, it was 3 this morning. Okay. Yeah, so that is the TP. What a pleasure. No, because you were in it. What a pleasure. So you got a smile, I trust. AUDCHF, that was a sell at 57.08. It's been popping around. It's doing quite well earlier on. It's popped up a little bit. It got down to 50. So it was about nearly 60 pips in profit. It's still in profit. It's about what, 25 odd pips, some of that in profit. Yeah. If you want to modify, you can, but certainly reduce the risk. But 25 pips, a little bit close to entry. Maybe make it 56.15. There you are. If you want to modify 56.15, there's a slight risk still involved in that trade, but it's greatly reduced from what it was before. And that's right. Got to mention that was hit as well. That CAD JPY hit TP. Thanks very much. That's a great way to remind. That's the sort of thing I like to be reminded about. Yeah, CAD JPY hit TP as well. Okay, now the other one was the AUDJPY. I was the least of them, I thought, but the one that's doing the best. Just shows, eh? Sod's law. I thought out of the three of them, that was not as good. I thought AUDCHF would be the best, then CAD, and then JPY. It looks like the JPY was the better of the lot of them. So that was at 94.68. The TP is 93.35, so a bit of way to go yet, but clearly with 60 pips in profit, it's even had a bit of a bounce as well. So it did very well. It didn't quite get the TP, I don't think. Nearly 60, and then it bounced. About 25 pips from the TP. What a pip, what a pity. Nearly got there. But anyway, suggest you modify your stop into profit. You can make it 94.40. So you're banking profit whatever happens and hope he hits the TP. We're getting a bit of noise round the round psychological figure of 94. I don't know how long that's going to last. Let's look at the short-term chart and get a better idea. It might, because these moving averages seem to work on just about all charts, and they're still popping up a little bit. We'll see if any sellers can come in and push it back down towards the TP. But whatever you do, modify, like I mentioned, so you're going to make a profit whatever happens. So not bad yesterday, 4 out of 4. Okay, we can go and look at the shares now. This one is not looking pretty. Oil has come off. The major reason is fundamental, like seems to be a lot of the time, is China still battling, and they're by far, like I mentioned before, the biggest importer of oil in the world. And if China battles, it tends to mean decreases demand, which means that obviously the price falls off a bit on oil. So it's come off a bit. It's just under $2 per share down from being up before. So hang on in there. Hopefully it'll materialize. Okay. DIS was another share we got out. Clearly that's nicely in profit. About $4.70 per share in profit. Very nice. Not where the TP is now. TP is 85. Didn't quite get there. So maybe it'll get to the TP. Got to 86, 85. And the TP on that is 85.25. So it just start to maybe get in that direction. Now the problem is, as I say, we got a Dow and a Nasdaq and right in support for a buy. If that pushes up, it might grab some momentum to the upside. So keep an eye on opening. If it starts to move up, it might be an idea to take your profit or cut your position, but certainly modify your stop just in case. We don't want to turn that winner into a loser. So it might be an idea to either bank it. If it does turn up, if it doesn't, obviously don't do that, but check it out on opening and make your decision clearly on that basis. Okay. That's a good point. We're doing comes at the moment. So what am I saying? Yeah, just make sure we're clear on that. On opening, check it out. If the NAS starts to fall off and the Dow starts to fall off again, which I obviously hope it doesn't after we put those trades ideas out, the momentum might bounce a little bit. So you can either bank it or bank part of it and modify your stop loss into profit. There's your choices. Up to you to take them or not as you see fit. Okay. Now, GB this morning. Oh, did it? You did it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It was a CPI, I think it was. Let's just check it again. 8 o'clock this morning was a CPI on the pound. Yeah. Slightly lower on the month to month. But the yearly was exactly as expected. The PPI was down, but so it wasn't that great a differential, but it was a bit. Okay, well done, Anne-Marie. Where else? Euro dollar at 14.30, big profit. Well done. Oh, of course, you do Euro dollar that time. Well done. To where to modify? Oh, right. Euro GBP. It was another one we got out a couple of so days ago. Euro GBP was clearly a short. Just checked again when we got in on it. Euro GBP, because I'm certainly still in it. 86.46. Oh my goodness, it's doing well, isn't it? Okay, right. Where to put the stop? Make it 86.10, 0.8610. There you are, Edwin, 0.8610. So you'll make a profit on that, and hopefully it goes on to reach target. Okay, great stuff. And it seems to be coming back off again as we speak. I don't know if anyone's still in the EURCHF. I know I am. Make sure that comes down into profit. Where do we get in on that one? Sorry, just let these guys in and I'll be able to look at that. Okay, EURCHF was a few days ago. What was the signal then? EURCHF, where are we? How long ago was this? EURCHF, can't remember. Well, I'm in it anyway, so let's check on this way. Okay, sell at 96.27. Yeah, you can bring your stop loss if you haven't already done it, down to break even. Maybe make just 2 or 3 pips below that to cover costs. And like I've done there, as you can see, my stop loss is basically an entry roundabout. So maybe that can go on to reach TP as well. So not too bad. Okay, that's just a catch up as we've done. Knock that off, don't like staring all the time, and see how they go. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Anything I've missed? I don't think I have. I think I've covered all the ones that are in. The only one seems to be giving a bit of jip is the Oxy, but it might come right. Now we'll go to Brent. Now we're talking of the devil. Yeah. I still see a potential buyer there, but I like to get it around about the 82.20 mark. So if it comes off another couple of dollars, we can look, as long as it's confirmed, to buy it. So I'm looking around about 82.20 mark as a potential buy, see if it comes off a bit further. As regards buying it now, I'm a little bit nervous to chase it. If the economy in China starts to pick up a bit, and we've got oil inventories coming out later on at 4:30, that might give a little bit of push up. I don't know. But personally speaking, I would leave oil alone and see if we can come back to get a confirmed buy at a better price to take it up again. I'm not this stage thinking of selling it. I'm thinking of buying it at a lower price. But if anyone disagrees with that, let me know, and we can discuss it and look for a short or long at market. Personally, I would wait on that, as mentioned. Okay. Good. Oh, Paul, good. Any questions?
Morning, Roger.
Morning.
Hi. So I tried to put in trades for my micro indices, but I couldn't on my main account. And when I asked Quick Trade, they said it is because I don't have a micro indices account and I have to open that separately. I was just wondering if that's the case with yours.
No, I could add it to mine, as you can see, the 3 dots there.
Yeah.
But if you can't, it's a bit of a bore, but you got to go to the portal, open up account. Like you've already opened account, do the same again, but choose the option micro indices. The only problem with that is it can only do the Dow and the NAS. And so just remember that. You can't add anything to it. So that will have to be a separate account for those two symbols. And what else am I going to say? Yeah, you can transfer funds if you've got enough to do that. If you haven't, without depleting your other account too much, you need to have money in there to be able to trade. Then you might have to add to it. Okay, but that is your choice.
I've had to transfer funds into that account to do those trades.
Okay, but make sure if you do that on your other account, you've got enough free margin to do trades. I don't know what your account has at the moment, but just bear in mind if you got a small amount in there, then you won't be able to trade without overexposing, etc. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Where were we now? What was the thing behind it? Let's go to gold to start off with. Right. Just check the DXY. Just get these guys out the way so I can copy and paste for you. This is the dollar index, DXY. Just bear with me whilst I do this for those who might not have it. The other one is the yields on the 10-year note on the US. Just copy that for you as well. If you don't have it, try and make it happen doing it every day. Sorry, it holds everyone up, but some guys just don't have it. So got to make sure they do. All right. Okay, and that's the economic calendar, which obviously is also very important. Right, okay, I'm looking at the DXY as we speak, and it's come off a little bit, just above 103. I'm going to look at the yields now on my other screen, and they've come off a bit. And so, and on top of that, going back to getting this thing out the way. It's clutter my other screen otherwise. Yeah, and my thinking behind it, even though there's a bit of technical damage done on the 200, I get that completely, but it seems to be holding at the 1900. It seems to be doing that. It tried to break today, it didn't. Tried to break yesterday and didn't. Trying to break the day before, it didn't. And it had even failed going back to June, which is what, a couple of months ago, and it failed to hold and bounced again. So thought there might be a chance of a bounce from this area here. I haven't got too cute with the TP 1940, but if it continues, you can always modify the TP to higher up, 1960 odd, and then higher up it still goes. I'm not sure it's going to drive it in the short term, but at the moment, I thought there's a chance of a bounce from there. That's as simple as that. Although I do accept there's some technical damage done and a bit of low lows and row here. So, but it doesn't seem to be happening as regards any follow through on the downside. It seemed a pretty solid support area there. So I thought some more upside on that. Now, that's as simple as that's the reason behind it. Now we're going to look at the Dow. If you feel the technical damage, leave it alone. I'm still a bit nervous of selling it, but I think leave it alone otherwise. But right, the Dow, what was the Dow? I've got it written down, save checking out. 34,955. Just jumped 50. It seems to be holding at that level there. If you get a risk reward, you don't have to make it 35.3. You can make the target 35,400 if you want, but check your risk reward. Use the same stop and maybe make it 35,400 as your TP. And if you still get above 1.5 risk reward ratio, and you feel it's still okay, then yes, you can join it. So just check that quickly on your calculator. You should all have it. There it is on my screen there. Should all have it. And remember, this is so important. People are still not remembering this. It's only for the laptop. You can get it from the live chat on technical support. And it's not for share CFDs. There you have to go to your LMS, log in, and you get the calculator there. Simple as that. Okay. So the share calculator, you get LMS, it's different. And remember, shares open at different times, upper three. Okay. So yeah, check your calculator. If you like it, you can go for it. But okay. Hope you got that, Neo. The NAS. The range trades idea why we thought was a buy, and we seem to be holding the round figure around about there. The NAS, again, it seems to be holding. Try to break. So the stop is down here somewhere. If it breaks through these guys here, it probably will start coming off. But it's holding at the moment. Still the range, so we thought get that out. Okay, check it out. Check your calculator. Make sure your volumes are correct, etc. And hope it comes right. Okay. I hope that answers all your questions. If not, well, interact and give your version. We'll discuss. Look, okay. Yeah, we've just done that, Solly. We've just done it 2 minutes ago. That's correct. So we just discussed. I'll do it again. We just discussed it. Okay. Bit of technical damage and a bit of a worry, but it's holding the round figure, and the Dow, not the Dow, sorry, the DXY and the yields seem to be holding and slightly coming off. So I thought we might get a bit of a bounce upwards. Yes, it is a bit of very risky. I get that. But if it can break up, if it goes up to maybe 1915, make sure you get your stop to break even. If it doesn't reach 1940, it's pummeled around a lot by fundamentals, but I thought there could be some upside there. But it is well, I've done it anyway, because our support seems to be holding. So we shall see. If it doesn't, well, clearly it's wrong. Oh, you came late, beg your pardon. Okay, so you like it, fair enough. If you're worried about the technical side there, which is a bit iffy for a long, I get you're totally on that, then rather leave it. But even so, I'm a little bit nervous to sell it at the moment. I think unless we get some more fundamental support in the dollar, I think it's a little bit overcooked. I think it could come a little bit off and maybe get some traction to the north on gold. Okay. Right. Yeah, what's NAS is a buy, like on the signal, Chris. Okay. Right. Yeah, we can, but look at what we'll look at first of all. Euro JPY. What do you want to do with this one?
Hi, Roger. I just thought maybe a possible sell.
Yeah. Well, I don't see any confirmation there. That's the day. It's not a 15-minute chart. It's a day chart, and it doesn't seem to want to go up or down at the moment. I don't see a potential
Okay,
trade at the moment on
yeah.
that one.
Then
Do
it's
you see
just-
what I'm seeing? Nothing
Yeah.
particularly complicated. Just look at the
Mm.
past candles. Every time it
just view
comes
it then.
down, the buyers are coming in. Every time it goes up, the sellers are coming in. It's going nowhere. I wouldn't be going for this now. Anyone disagree with me? Anyone think it's a buy, or sorry, in this case, a sell? Anyone think it's a sell from here? It's battling to go further up, but it's not really, it's battling to come off. I don't know. I think a bit preemptive to look at a sell at the moment, personally. Anybody disagree with that? No confirmation, yeah. Leave it alone. Okay, good enough. No confirmation, leave it alone. Great. All right. GBP USD came out today as a funding, but that's been sorted, so we won't worry about that too much. You're looking for possible upside. I'm not too sure about this, to be honest. The dollars could weaken a bit, which will push the pound up a bit further. It is at support level. The dollar strength a bit, I do agree, because it's right. I get where you're coming from, saying, get this up and running. Look at this area where the crosshair is. It's definitely broken through that support, that resistance. Now that resistance has become support, and it seems to be holding. I get that completely, and I certainly wouldn't be buying it. Just let's have a look at this. 40 pips has got the problem with this guy, so I wouldn't be buying it. Possibly a sell, more look at it like it's in a neutral zone, is on support. Is there any confirmation? If the dollar weakens a bit, it might go sideways. What is the potential profit on that one if you take it? 120, no problem there. Stop loss. Just above there. Certainly get a risk reward. That's no problem there. Let's have a look at a shorter term chart. Maybe get a bit of assistance there. Definitely seems to be holding. I'll give you that. Longer term chart. Seems to be holding. 1 hour chart. Few sellers are coming in. Well, sure. More look at more like it, but I'm not overwhelmed by it. Put it this way. Yeah, I'm leaning towards agreeing with you, but I'm not jumping up and down with it, to be honest. I need a bit of help, guys. I take your point entirely, and I correct for technically pointing it out. Who pointed out? I think it was, yeah, Chris, pointing it out. That is definitely technically and come up and supported that support. I'm not sure. I'm a bit sort of, I'm not sure. Anyone like it? If you tip me over the edge and we'll look at it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm leaning towards a short. I give you that more than the buy. I'm definitely leaning towards Chris's analysis there. I agree with that. I just something don't be back to sure. It's strong support where it is. It's very strong. I'll give you that. What if 2 or 3 guys like it? That'll shift me over the edge in favor. But it's not a bad one. I'll give you a due. How many people like to look at it? If 3 or 4 do it, then I'll put it on the company group and to be sent out. If a couple of people like it, I'll put it down as a trader on my idea. I like it, but I just need a bit of a kick on that one. Anna Marie likes that. That's a double kick in that direction because she doesn't jump in with no fear. You know what I mean? She analyzes quite well. So that's a good support to have from you. Anybody else? Nabili likes a bit of strong support there. Anybody else? Chris, you like it, do you? Chris likes it, and maybe somebody else put the R up. If we get 4, we'll have a look at it. Okay. Push him in the direction of it. How far away is that? Make sure it's far enough away. That's good. I'll make it a little bit higher. What's that say? 127.91. Make it a round figure. 1.28. That's a bit better. And then we can take it down here. Make it there. 26, make it 26.20. Yeah, decent risk reward. 125 rand a micro is your risk. That's very important when I say 125 per micro, because you've got less than 1,500 rand. You can't take the trade because you'd be overexposed. In fact, you could probably do it at 12.50. Yeah, anything below that, you're going to be overexposed. That's what I say. It's important to try and get a couple of bucks in your account. Don't have to put massive in if you don't want, or we don't have. But you need to be able to take the trades. And if you haven't got enough money to take the trades coming out, was no point. So that is one of the major hurdles with people small amounts. 90% of the time they can't trade on it without overexposing. It's already been done, Gift. That's been released 8 o'clock this morning. Slight difference. You can check that in the economic calendar I've just posted. And that's been discounted in the market. I think that's sort of done now. Yeah, but anyway, how many people like it? Just need a couple of thumbs up before I write it down. And I like to have 4 thumbs up before I send it out to the company group to post. Chris likes it. Martin likes it. Good stuff. Anna Marie likes it. One more person like it. Don't forget, you might like it, but you make sure you got enough free margin. That's off critical. Nicky likes it. Oh, that's good enough. Let's do it then. You push me, guys. I like it. I miss half the trades. I forget to post them myself. And just remind me to do it myself. I miss E or AUD. Completely missed the bloody thing. So busy jumping up and down with glee how good a trade was. I forgot to put it in. And it was too late to chase. Quite annoyed about that. Well, if you like it, I'll back it as a like. You can't do it simply because you don't have enough balance. Fair enough. But you like the trade, okay. Don't overexpose, Martin. But if you like it, it's fine. But don't overexpose. Right. Just let me post this quickly. I'll explain that because this is vital. That question. And a second. Just let me get this sorted. Just bear with me. Come on. Bloody hell, it's taking its time. Yo, 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 yo. I can't, I'm trying to get this thing posted. I'll concentrate on other stuff in a minute. Why is it not coming up? Try again. Try again. Okay. Ah, what is wrong with it? Ah, glass. Bloody, it's slow. I'm just going to write that down. Sorry, it's holding everyone up. This has got to be done. All right. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2. Sorry, 1.28. What's this? rushing things, and that's how typos occur. Just bear with me. 2737, 1.2800, 1.262. That's why you put in fat finger trades as well, because you rush it. Well, I do anyway. 120 call it, and 225. In case they want it. Okay, now do they want it? Haven't mentioned yet. Okay, where were we now? Right. God, miss half the stuff you talk about. Okay. What percentage should be the free margin, by the way? Well, if it goes below 80% free margin level, you're going to get margin called. So to play safe, try and keep it above 100%. So if you've got, let's say, 95% levels when you check it there, don't go for another trade, for goodness sake, because after trade, you've gone into, if it accepts it, you're going to risk all of them being margin called, or sorry, not all of them. The biggest one will be margin called, maybe the one you least want to happen to. So keep the free margin above 100%. Then you're nice and safe. Okay. You know, I hope you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you've got to get this platform trading right. And it'll say equity, balance, profit, loss, free margin, and then the margin level percentage. Keep it above 100. If it gets to 80, you're out. Okay. Just got to write this down. They want to send it out. 0.01 is 85. Just bear with me. I don't want to do a typo here. 225. Uh, 360. 675. Uh, 450, 25, 7, 900, 900. Okay. Start to like the trade now. Let's look at the 15 minutes. Yeah, starting to look good. So I'll definitely post that in my group when they get the levels sent to me. Okay. Hope I answered your question, Sapili. If not, it's something you got to know. I'll repeat it. Everyone's got to know that, because this is a problem. They're not understanding the margin. In fact, most people are under in derivatives. The margin of deposit. You've got to have enough collateral as in deposit for the guy lending you the money, the market maker bank, it's lending you the money. If you don't take the collateral away, they'll call the loan, basically. So you've got to understand you're only putting deposit down. And yeah, well, I'm not going to repeat this basic training. That's something you should all know. I won't go on because I think most of you do know. I'll go into more detail if you don't, but that should be done in the classes. Because questions are coming out from guys who are trading showing they haven't gone to any classes because they're not understanding the basics of it. We have to understand those basics. It's not difficult, just need to understand it. Okay, so hope that answers your questions, P. You think it's a buy? R&R jumping around at my side too. Is it? Yeah, I've had a couple of problems there, on and off. What about Nasdaq? Thanks, Rod. Some guy will switch off their camera, please. Some guys must switch off their camera, please. I don't know what to talk about. Sorry. EUR USD. Knock this off. EUR USD. I think something's coming out on the euro later on. Let me check on my calendar here. Get these guys out of the way.
GBP in an hour.
GBP in an hour. Thank you, finally. Yep, I see that. GBP is coming about an hour. That could affect the euro if it comes a big differential as per normal. I would leave it alone at this moment. Maybe check after 11 o'clock. If you can find a risk reward, you can obviously do that yourself. You know what to do. How about Nasdaq? We've already got an idea out in that, Veronica, and that's going long. Not much happening. It's been a bit jumping around lately, but if you like it, go for it. Yeah, there you are. Nasdaq, we got the trade out. What else can I say? We think the range is going to hold. We think get a bit of upside there. Okay, hope that's all clear. Right. If I've missed anybody, please post again so I so I can answer the question. Morning, Logan. Yeah, so I can answer the question.
Could we have a look at Euro GBP since the fundamentals are coming out for in the next hour? I see it's quite close to the TP.
That's a good point. Actually, good thinking. That's a good bloody point. Very good point. Actually. Yeah, well spotted. I'm trying to find the trade now. What was it? Euro GBP? Where do we get in on? I might do it myself. Actually, because I'm in that one. Ah, here we are. Got it. Gained a profit. 85, 6. It's very close. You're quite right. Don't know what the problem is. It's an internet fiber. It's kicking up for some reason. Okay, just let me set it up again. Hope to see the charts all right. Just give me a moment here. There we are. View. Admit. Okay. Put the chat line back up again. Okay, the chat line seems to have survived. I thought it might have been wiped. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, good point. Very good point, Nikki. Very alert. So close to TP, it's scary. 62, it's only 10 pips to go. It might go there, but I'm just check a shorter term chart. Starting to pick up a bit. Yeah, before it comes out, very good idea to get the stop down, or you could partially or totally close it. It's only a few pips away. You might think, oh, we'll wait for TP. I can't make that call. I don't know if it's going to get there, or nobody does. But I want to take out the risk as much as possible. So I'll give you some choices. Modify your stop down to the round figure of 86, okay, and leave the whole trade running, or partially close it. In other words, bank half of it, and still modify your stop to 86. That modify your stop, number one. Number two, you either close the entire one, close half of it, or close none of it, but have your stop modified. That's the way I would look at it. Your choice, which of those three you take. Yeah, I've cashed out some myself as well, but I'm still in it. What am I doing? That's a good point.
Okay, cool. And then I just want to make sure the GBP USD, would we only check at that one in about like an hour's time after the release?
Where is this now?
It was just the previous one. I was just asking. I think I might have entered that one too early, and then I forgot about the fundamental coming out.
Okay, so I missed that. I was too busy playing around with that. Sorry, Nikki. What was that again? Say that again.
Okay, so I was just asking the GBP USD. Would you, or in the future, wait until the fundamental comes out? Because I think I went in it release. So yeah.
GBP USD. No, the fundamental's already coming out, or I'm missing this because it's getting two things happening at once. Just a second, from the office, the WhatsApp. Just a second. Bloody hell, 3-4 things happening at once here. Give me a moment here. The figures should come in a minute. I'm just posting the banner. Right, if you talk about the pound dollar, that's already come out. So yeah, if you like it, go for it, basically.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So GBP, if you like it, go for it. The fundamentals are already out. But if you're saying, should I go for the pound dollar just before the release? Well, clearly not. For GDP or CPIs come out in the pound, and certainly on the dollar, you wouldn't be going in. Dollar, we all know that anyway. But the pound, the euro, like we mentioned just now, there's what's the euro again? What's information on that? A euro coming out at 11. Yeah, GDP on the euro is coming out. That just bear that in mind. That's why you asked the question about the GBP euro. That's why we answered the question. But this one is different because it's already been said. So there we are. Right, that's posted on the group
Incoming mail.
for those who like it. Okay, okay, fine. So if you like it, there you are. And I like, oh, I haven't even done the bloody thing after all. That's it. What was the risk again on it? Where are we now? 120, 1800, that's 100, that's 1,000 is 1, 10, trying to work it out in my head here. 10, that's 22, 1.17. Okay, thanks. Okay, so you cashed out. That's fair enough. But anyway, I hope you all got an updated Euro GBP. Well spotted there, Nikki. Thanks for reminding me. General problem with the internet due to cable break. That's right. I've heard that. And yeah, it's a serious pain in the backside. Still in the down, waiting patiently. Unfortunately, Logan, that's the name of the game at the moment. Okay. I think I've covered everything. Haven't missed anybody there. Okay, that's fine. Great, back up to date. Sorry, I handle about two things at once. I had about 3, 4 coming out at once there. Okay, any other questions, Nikki? Are you all good? Anything on other guys? Anything? Did I miss a question or did I not answer it properly? We've got to get those answers solved. So anything else you're still not sure and want to inquire about?
I just wanted to ask, can we check the AUD NZD? I think I'm
okay. That's doing quite well, better than I expected. Actually, it's doing very well, better than I expected. Just hit this area here. What was the TP on it? It should have been NZD 788. Right. Let's have a look. It hit there today. Not quite. Didn't quite get there, but it has bounced. But that did actually a little bit better than I expected. That one a little bit more sideways. But anyway, 0851 was the entry. I think just it could be bounced. I don't know. It's got a bit of support there. It might hold. 1 hour. It's seen a few sellers come in. Yeah. Okay. Bring your entry down to break even. I don't want you losing that trade because they're pretty similar. So as a result, a bit riskier. So it did go pretty good. And yeah, bring it down. I've done that to mine. I know that I brought my stop down. So you can bring it down to entry. Okay. Then at least you're going to break even at worst, and it might still come back and actually hit the TP. But my worry is going to break through this guy here. There's 2 of them right at that spot there, and it's battling to break. So if it can come back and break that, we'll hit the TP. If it doesn't, it might be an idea just to take the profit. Hope that was all clear. No problem, Sharon. Go well. Hope to see you tomorrow. All clear what I just said there? Any problems? I'll repeat on the ADNZD.
Please repeat that.
Repeat it. Okay. Right. Get your stop down to break even. This one is a little bit more risky because the similarity between the two currencies. It did okay. We're in a profit. Why lose that profit? So you can bring it down to entry. And if I don't know what yours was, so I'm only going by the single entry, which is 51. It's now at 21. That's 30 pips. So you can make it 48 to cover costs. In fact, make it 45. 1.0845. Put your stop loss in there. You make maybe a rand or 2, but not much. But at least you're protected. Number 1. That's the name of the game. Protect your equity, and you'll be protected. And see if it can bounce below the 2 moving averages there to hit TP. Having said that, if it goes down there again and bounces, I suggest you take it because those 2 areas are quite strong resistance and they appear to hold this time around. If they hold again, take your profit. Okay. Does that make sense?
Okay, I see what you mean. So if it comes back down to those moving averages, and rather take it because it's strong resistance.
That's what I'm saying. And well,
Okay.
obviously you got to think a little bit. There's nothing 100%.
Yeah.
You got to think. If it's not bouncing, why would you take it? You get the point. Follow it through. But if it bounces again, then you take it. Yeah. But don't just take it there. It might continue down. Why would you do that? You've got to think on your feet a bit. Have to. Very important. Is that clear, Vicky? That's Vicky. Nikki now?
Yeah, that's
100%.
got it.
Fantastic. Okay, great stuff. Yeah, don't forget that, guys. You must think in your feet. It's just more of an art than an actual one-on-one is two job. So if it breaks down, obviously don't take it. You're in business. If it doesn't bounce again, I'd be play safe and take it. If it does break again, then you can always go in again if it's confirmed for more downside. But I can't see what's going to drive at the moment. So just hark on those words and then you should be fine. Again, remember the adage, don't turn a winner into a loser. Okay, possible buy. Okay. Oh, AUDCHF. Oh my goodness, why is it doing that? Let's do that first. Well, it's a bit indecision. It's a 15-minute, remember, guys. Just check always 15-minute chart. Indecision, and the sales are coming in again. I wouldn't panic too much. You should have had your stop modified. I'm thinking, where's AUDCHF? Find amongst this stuff here. AUDCHF 5708. Yeah, you can bring it down to 57, make it 5710. It's a little bit close, but at least you're protected. No, you still take a loss. It's too close. Make it 5720. You will lose if it hits that, but it's a very, very much a restricted loss, if you like. So make it 5710. I hope you're with me on the maths. This is the worry because people are not often with me on the maths. It's very, very important. 5710. If it hits that, you will lose, but it's a reduced loss compared to the original stop loss. Sometimes I think it's obvious, and others it might not be. Okay, but don't get too close. So 5710 should be okay. The sellers seem to be coming in again. Let's stick with it. Okay, that's the AUDCHF. Modify the stop loss, Edwin, to 5710. 5710. There you are. Okay, so if you do lose, it's not going to be much. Peanuts, in fact. And it's still far enough away. You've got some room to maneuver. You can get it down below break even if it starts taking this guy out here. I sort of, no, it's too close. Make it an hour chart. Yeah, if it starts taking out, if it starts getting near the 5670 mark, then you can definitely bring it down into a bit of profit. You can work that out by using a bit of judgment there. Okay, hope that's clear. If not, please say so, and I'll repeat. What do you want to do with this? You want to buy it? Well, hang on. Yeah. It's only 34 pips. I thought it might be bigger than that. It's clear. Fantastic, Edwin. I need that feedback. Thanks very much, Edwin, because I'm not sure the guys have a clue what he's on about, but I'm a bit nervous to ask. And I think by no reply, they've got it. And meanwhile, they haven't. So if you've got to make sure it's clear. I sometimes rattle away. It's not the world's best, maybe, but somebody else will help you. You've got to get the concept. If I don't explain it well, somebody else will. But whoever, it doesn't matter. You've got to get it. Can't make it any more simple and straightforward than that. Right. Pound NZD. Yeah. Right on a bit of resistance there, but I see what you mean. The buy is there. I think I might have missed this. That's a 1 hour. That's the reason why. 4 hour. No wonder I missed it because it was not 1 hour. It's better. Oh, it's a different ball game now. Clearly, it's a buy. Clearly, it's a bit on the high side. My worry there, Pietro, is the fact that when it tried to bounce up, the sellers came in. I give you the fact that on the daily, the buyers have already come in. What's it doing on the 4 hour? It's holding on the 4 hour times 10. I'll give you a due on that. What sort of meat we got on the bones? Let's have a look. Let's try the weekly. Not telling us much, is it? No, it's already broken up, so that's fine. We have to use a Fibonacci extension on that one to look for a target. I'm a bit wary, actually. But I see your vision, no problem there, but I'm just a bit wary. Anyone got, I'm being a bit of a cluck at the moment. Anybody more Rambo on this one? Where sort of a pullback on the 4-hour, yeah. And we got a bit of indecision. As it tried to push up on the 4-hour, sellers came in, but it's not making it on the downside either. Yeah, I'm strongly suggesting you leave this alone for the moment. Yeah, that's just a pullback, correct? But there's no, it's just total indecision. I'll use a Fibonacci extension, okay? When you do the Fibonacci extension, take it. I can't use this one here because it's still a work in progress. So I'm going to use this guy here to this guy here. So you're going to go for the Fibonacci extension, take it from the top here and take it down to there. That'll do. And then the Fibonacci extension you'd use to this one here. So you'd aim at the 1.8 if you're looking for a high and you haven't got a previous high to target. Hope you've all got that, but that's just out of academic interest, Martin and company, because as I say, I'm leaving it alone. Okay, rather wait, yeah. Having said that, this is something that is taught in the course. So remember, this is not a teaching, this is a training room, not a teaching room. It is taught in the course, but it doesn't take long to quickly clarify that. The Fibonacci extension is not a retracement. That's when you're looking for it pull back to buy it again if it bounced off a retracement line. But the extension is looking for a particular target. Hope that's all clear. But these things should be taught in the class. And if they miss it, then you've got to remind them by interacting like here. Okay, that's all clear. Great, good stuff, Martin. So very useful thing to have. Fibonacci is very important. Support resistance wise, you know, is to me the numero uno and the fundamentals, what the buyers and sellers are doing, look at the candles, but a Fibonacci is also very useful. Trend lines are very good. Don't get me wrong, very good. But like I mentioned before, the problem I have with trend lines is too many people out there putting it in different places. Wrong would maybe the wrong word to use, but different, probably the better one. Some use the wick, some use the body, and some use a line chart, which will often have 3 different areas where you got the trading, the trend line. And so that's the major reason why I do have a little bit of hassle with it. Otherwise, I love them. Hope we're all clear on that. If everyone in the world using a trend line used the wick or the line chart or the body, it'd be more self-fulfilling. But the problem is, you know, it isn't for those reasons. I like them as a guide, but as I say, for those reasons, I don't look at it at a very strong support level. But we can put a trend line in anyway. I'll use the wick. There we are. That trend line you see is holding, which again on the 4-hour looks a buy. Try the daily. Yeah, not too bad. So it is holding for that purpose. So it's very useful. Don't get me wrong. But again, some guys use the body. And if you use the line chart, I'll show what I mean. See, it's completely different on the line chart. Get my point. That's the issue. Okay. Hope you're all clear on that. Anyone not clear? I'll explain because it's quite important that. Thank you, Pietro. But, you know, people need to know that. Yeah. Classes, YouTube, there's plenty of YouTube videos on Fibonacci. Fascinating, actually. The laws of numeracy. Quite an interesting indicator. It's worth looking at. Not just for practical use, but for academic interest use. Okay, good enough. Okay, so we'll leave that alone. Right, let's go quickly revisit, see what's happening on the gold. Hovering, not going down, not going up, hovering. NAS hovering. What's the Dow doing? Seems to be hovering a little bit. Not much happening, is it? trying to go up. That's at least trying to go up, give it its due. What's gold doing? Hovering. Crabbing, sorry, Anna Marie, crabbing. I like that. It's crabbing. NASDAQ trying to go up. So we'll see what happens. Okay, great, guys. Yeah, anything else you want to look at? Nikki, you good? You got anything brilliant out there for me to learn and look at? Any questions? You often come up with some good stuff there. Thanks again to the Euro GBP. Very well. Good point. I'd forgotten to mention that with the pound, the euro coming out at 11. So make sure you're protected on that.
Okay, cool. Nothing yet.
Okay, great. Well, if you do,
Right.
and don't forget, guys, keep a pen and paper handy. If you think of it, jot it down. If we talk about something else, it reminds you to come back to it when we finish talking about something else. Okay. Any hot
Right.
shares today? Sorry, you're saying? Sorry.
Raja, I'm asking.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit stupid, but let me just ask: how do we interpret the outcomes for the fundamentals? Like, let's say the GDP, the GBP, the GBP CPI that just came out. When
Okay.
it comes out, when the actual is
Yeah.
lower than the forecast, what will happen to the currency?
Okay, right. Well, it's not set in stone, but let's start off at the beginning. You can click on the economic candle on that particular one, and it comes up with an explanation. Okay, just remember that. So you can do it that way. Let's go back. What happens now? Let's say that the domestic product is higher than the actual, the release of the data. That's good. You want an increase and you want growth. Economic growth is paramount. So if you get economic growth, that's good. That, in theory, should strengthen the currency. So what is the sodding problem? Well, I'll tell you what the sodding irritating problem is this, is the big fear after COVID of such incredibly low interest rates, basically free money. Inflation has taken a hold. And in the UK, it's coming off a bit now, to be fair, but it was one of the highest in the world at one stage. Well, I'm not talking about Zimbabwe, the Central African Republic, or the middle, you know what I mean? I'm talking about the ones that got some sort of economy going. And because of that inflationary expectation, it's sometimes considered, well, actually, it would be good news. If it's inflationary expectation, it hints towards increase of interest rates. Yeah, well, actually, it would be higher. Sorry, I'm thinking about CPI, beg your pardon. GDP is higher, it should strengthen it. If it's lower, it should weaken it. Sorry, I was mixing the two up in my head. Beg your pardon, that waffle there. Sorry, to answer that question again. If the GDP is higher, it should, in theory, strengthen the currency. Okay. Okay, good. Any hot shares? Well, the Ford, the Tesla didn't do any favors, did it? But so we'll leave them alone. I haven't really got any hot shares at all, actually. Looked at a couple this morning, and I couldn't find any. DIS is doing well. Oxy was up, but it's slightly down now, but it might come to the party as long as it gets stopped out. LUV, I don't know why that wasn't sent out. It should have been at 34. We looked at it again this morning to see if we can maybe look to send it out, but no, that ship sailed. So LUV dot 34 was the entry. I don't know why I didn't send it. I asked them to, but somehow it didn't get sent. Maybe I forgot. I don't know. But a bit late now. Too late to chase it. So I think stick with the two you got. I don't see anyone to get cute on. I'm looking at a possible bounce on Apple. Now we answer that question. I'm looking at possible bounce on Apple. Let's go to the daily. It's not really getting going. If that 100-day moving average on Apple can hold, there might be a possible bounce. The major problem again with Apple is the fundamentals, and the fundamental is basically that iPhones are not selling as well as did in the past. Clearly, the problem with it is you can get a Xiaomi, you can get a Samsung. Those are two very famous brands at a lot of bang for your buck there. And quite frankly, they just copied. They copied the Apple, and because they pay the guys in America, you don't pay them up in China, sweatshops and all that. They can churn out cheaper. So that's taking a bit of a knock, the iPhone, because they're getting equal spec phones, are obviously quite a bit cheaper. But having said that, still a great company. People love their computers. love their product still, and they're very brand loyalty. I think the possibility of upside here, but we need to wait to get a bit of a confirmation. It's sideways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of crabbing. It's not really getting going. So I'm going to give this a miss till I get some more comfort of a breakup. I like the NAS. It seems to be doing okay at the moment. The NAS starts to come to the party on the upside. It should drag all the tech stocks up, including Apple. And I think people want to buy it anyway. All the guys and equity portfolios have Apple, Tesla, these are Amazon. They're all the big tech stocks, all part of it. And yeah, I think it'll give an opportunity to buy. So keep a strong eye on this one. If the NAS continues up, it should drag up Apple as well. So we can see how it's going. And it's backing to break through the downside, as you can see. So I think there's possibly of upside on that one. But to be honest, Chris, I haven't really got many more unless you've noticed a couple. And then we can look at them. Unless you notice a couple more, we can look at them. Okay. Good. PayPal. Okay. Gold and Brent. Well, Brent, as I mentioned earlier on, leave it alone, buy it, pull back. We'll start with Brent first. I'll quickly get out of the way. Seems to be holding there. I'm not keen to buy it. This is leave it alone territory. If it comes back to 82.20 and bounces, look to buy it. But make sure it's confirmed. Don't jump in. Make sure it's confirmed. It might sink lower. I don't know. But I wouldn't be chasing it now. I want to get a better price. Risk missing the boat, but still leave it alone. Gold in the red. Well, it's in the red. Okay, it happens. That's another point, guys. There's no point sending me a screenshot of your trading positions and say, look, they're in the red. Well, I can't do anything about that. I can't color over and put it into blue. It's in the red. What happens once you're in the market is up to the market variables. It's jumping around. It's in the red slightly. It's bounced up $1. It might come off. Let the market do what the market does. Nothing else can happen. All I can suggest is whether to close it or to hold or modify stops. I'm saying do nothing if you're in it and hold. Okay. And if you like it, you can buy it. But other than that, can't do much about it. Dow's in the black. Yep. Gold. Yeah. What was the other one? PayPal. We'll look at GBP. We'll look at GBP first because PayPal's only open later on. GBP JPY. Has that ship sailed? I think so, yeah. So it's right on resistance on the monthly going back to 8 years ago. 8 years ago, August in 2015. 8 years ago is on the highs. I think we mentioned it yesterday. For me, that ship sailed. I certainly wouldn't be selling it. Look at that momentum. But I'm very nervous to buy it now. I think I'll stand aside on that. As you say, I think that ship sailed. Okay. Downs in the black. That's good. Gold and Brent we discussed. Let him run. Simple as that. Go back to daily. There we are. I don't know about you guys, but I'd be very nervous. Some guys chased the CHF JPY yesterday. I decided against it. I was a bit of a chicken on that. I'm going to stay as a chicken on that one. I want to pull back, a decent pullback round about these levels here before I'm going to get too cute with it. Maybe one's just below 164. I might look to buy it again if we get a confirmed bounce or whatever. But I'm still not I'm very nervous to buy it now. So guys who did do it, well, good luck. But I think they're come off a bit there. But anyway, so I'm a cluck on that very much. Cluck club. CCC. Oh, PayPal. Let's have a look at PayPal. You're looking at it, but you don't know, what do you want to do with it? I'm looking at a lot of things, but it doesn't mean anything. I want to know what you want to do. You want to sell it. Okay. LMNOP. P. Here we are. Let's make sure your figures are up to date. Yeah. Right resistance. Do. Well, if it breaks through, we'll check it up as 3. We can look for a sell. If it breaks up, we'll leave it alone. Don't try and buy it. It's very much in the weaker zone. It might get a bit of a breakup. It might get a profit-taking bounce from here. So be selling it more or less at this level here. So go up to back at 262.50, or maybe you don't have to go that far. Maybe if it comes to here, 61.50, Possible one. I had to add it, so it's obviously been under my radar because I had to add it there clearly. But yeah, PayPal. Who's it again? It was Chris. Yeah, I agree. I see it as a sell, but I think maybe get a better price or a breakthrough. Not sure I'll be jumping in now. Well, I can't anyway, but to help us through, we'll see how it opens. Any comments on that, Chris? What do you think? Yeah, I know you like for sell, but I'm saying is, do you want to enter now or do you want to wait for a pullback? You want to wait. Okay. Everyone agreed on that? Wait for pullback. Maybe 62.50 is a bit ambitious. Maybe 61.50. We'll check it out. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, maybe Monday. Just keep that a reminder on that one, Chris, and everybody else. Maybe a possibility there. Any other shares you want to look at, guys? If not, please let me know. While we're doing that, we'll have a quick check of what's happening. I think it's a bit quiet at the moment. Tesla, yeah. Tesla's giving a bit of jip at the moment. Where is it now? It's not really getting going. I thought it'd get going and bounce up, but as it didn't, I'm a little bit nervous. Having said that, if the Dow and the NAS start to rise, like our trade ideas, that should drag it up. But it's not many signs. See what I mean? It opened there and it closed at its low. So no much sign of buyers at the moment. So we'll see how it opens. But if it pulls back there, I reckon that's a high probability bounce there to buy it. I think we'll be a little bit wary of it at the moment. Otherwise, I do like it. Long term, I love it. But short term, it could pull back a bit more. We did, Martin. We can look at Ford as well. F stop. I think there could be a bounce from here. Pull back a little bit. Some guys might have taken it, some guys not. But I think there's a chance of I think there's a chance for a bounce from here. It's right on support. I think Ford's got a chance for a bounce. We had 1180 as the original stop. Don't tamper that if you're already in it with that stop. But if you want to look to enter it, I think you can have a slightly wider stop. Maybe down to maybe 1165, and then we can take it back up to the original TP, which is about what? Make it 13. The original TP was 13. Have a look at that. But we'll see how. I think it could be a chance of bounce there. Yeah, I agree. And for goodness sake, don't put 0.01 in, guys. This is a share, it's not a forex. Which a lot of guys are stuck in at 0.01. And they're not understanding that nothing's happening. I hope we're all clear on that.
I just want to confirm.
Yep, go for it.
So the reason why you said just more like the technical.
Coming a bit broken there.
The reason why you said it's at resistance. Okay, can you hear me now?
A little bit better now, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I was just saying, like,
No.
the reason why I said it's going to be a possible bounce is because if you zoom out and you look at the previous candles, so then this one is holding rather at that resistance. So is that why you said it could be a possible bounce up?
I think so, yeah. That's more or less it technically. Also, it's a pretty good company. They've aligned now with more going to electric cars as well, which seems to be more and more popular. So I think that pullback is setting up ready for a bounce. That's the reasons why. But again, see how it opens. If it breaks through, obviously don't get it. Don't jump in mindlessly. Obviously, you've got to think. You've got to look at the opening price and make a judgment. If it's continuing down, clearly you're not going to buy it. But if it jumps and you can see the possibility, then you go for it. Too many people, not you guys, but I mean, throughout the client base, are jumping in without even looking. If I say buy at 1190 and the price is still coming down, why would you? You know?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. No problem. You've got to go. You got to go. But yeah, I think it's possibly upside. It tried to break through the last couple of days and hasn't happened. It's trying to break up and the sellers came in again. I think I think the Dow is due for a bounce, and that should, in theory, push those guys back up again. That's why keep an eye on Disney. Disney, yeah, Disney. Keep saying Disney. Yeah, that's right. Disney, not Discovery. DIS. Keep an eye on it. If it starts to bounce, you might be able to take your profit or at least cut your position and partially take profit, that is, and yeah, modify your stop loss if you get some upside. We don't want that lovely profit to disappear. Like I said many times, Vusi, you've been in the train before. The share market does not open till 3:30. You cannot put a pending order, you can't modify your stop loss, you can't do anything until 3:30 on shares. And you can't use this calculator for shares. You've got to use the one on your LMS. You can do Solly if you like the FTSE, but I'd say why the FTSE particularly? Hang on, I've got to take this call. It's about my inverter. Just give me a second.
Hi, Solly. Just remember, you cannot get into the FTSE or do a trade. You can only close it. Look at your specifications on the QT platform.
Sorry about that. To say that clause about inverter. Bloody long last. It's been nearly 2 weeks to fix the damn thing. That's better. Yeah, sorry, I was about the inverter. It's been 2 bloody weeks now, and at last the damn thing sorted. Now just arrange to pick it up and bring it back to me. Great stuff. Had to take that course. Vital. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, the FTSE. You can if you like. You're used to it, but remember, I always talk about contract size. You must look for specifications. Where's the FTSE? Here we are. Left click, right click. Look at specifications, and it says contract size 10. So it means, well, that's like it says, it's contract size is 10. So yeah. It's probably better if, unless you got plenty of money, and then you can do, then you didn't really matter. But if you're limited in funds, I don't know what sort of money you got. Who called this one out? So how much funds you got? But if you got below about 4 or 5 grand, you won't be doing the FTSE because the contract size is 10. Maybe you can squeeze in at 4 grand. But if you've got below that, rather use the micro NAS, the micro Dow. If you got more than that, you can if you like. But remember that the stock markets tend to, the indices of the stock markets tend to follow, not always, tend to follow the Americans. So why not go to the horse's mouth, as they say, and do the Dow and the NAS, either micro, or if you've got more funds, obviously the normal original one. But that you just got to bear in mind as contract size 10, not like the NAS micro, which is contract size 1. But if you do like it and you got the funds, well, then you can do this as a buy as well, because I'll check it out for you.
You cannot do it, Rod. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay,
Go
sorry.
down. It's only close. Open.
Close only. Beg your pardon. Forgot about that. You're quite right.
I want to trade it, but I need now to go to another trading platform for that.
Okay.
And the DAX.
Good point. The DAX is close only. You're quite right. Beg your pardon. So that answers that question. I forgot about that. Yeah. So that simplifies even more. But it's a good idea just to check contract size, close only. If you can't get into it, just right click on it, go to specifications. You can see the margin, everything there. It says close only. So you can't do it. If you look at, let's say, GBP CHF specifications, go down there. It says full access, buy or sell it. Some will say long only. You can't sell it. Depend on the situation. Just check that. Okay. Talk about GBP CHF. Aha. I think there's a possible short on this. I've been watching this to try and get a decent price to sell it. I think we got one. That was a bit of luck. It's close only as well. We got the NAS and the Dow, so we might as well. But it's up to you. Anyway, it's close only. Company does it for whatever reason. So there it is. Okay, thank you, Solly. Thanks for the question. Now we all know. Okay, check your specifications. That's right. Close only. Just see if it's full access or close only or buy only or whatever. Okay, sorted. Now, got a trade idea here. Let's look at the weekly. Won't tell you much, I don't think. Yeah, sell zone, fine. Daily sell zone, clearly. 4 hour. Yep, see the sells are coming in. Neutrals is not giving you a problem there. 1 hour seems to be coming off. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yep, I think we've got a sell possibility here. Before we discuss it, let's get the calculator up and see if you like it. I'm so sorry, guys. I've got to go. All this tea I've been drinking. Just give me 2 minutes. Sorry. No, I don't think it's enough meat on the bones there, Anna Marie. Well, no, I like my beers. Oh God, yeah, I like beers, Bryflace, and rugby. No problem there. But I tend to drink more tea. Certainly during the working day. Not sure I'll be having a beer right now.
Green tea or rooibos, uncle?
Sorry, I never picked that up, rooibos. My sister loves it. But I never got the acquired the taste for it. Don't like it, I'm afraid. I know it's healthy and all the rest of it, but never got that one. No, sorry about that. No, it's normal tea. It could be GBP tea or ZAR tea. Not sure I'll answer that. Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm looking for a short on this one. Let's just see what we got here. Just give me a second while I concentrate on this one. How far away is that? How far away is that? What can we get as a potential profit before we get too cute? Plenty. Fantastico. Right. It looks like we got a chance on this one. Can we put it up here? Can we put it up here? We can indeed. What a pleasure. Put the stop there. TP here. Don't put the commentator's curse in it, but I really like this potential trade. Don't want to put the commentator's curse on it. 1.1065. Yep, risk reward's fine, 160 bucks a micro. What do you think, guys? And yeah, I tried to support South Africa. I got some South African tea. It's called Made in Africa, but I think it's just a copy of Five Roses. But anyway, anyway, going back. No curse, only blessings. I like it, Logan. It's above the, well, just above, to be fair, the 50s. It's got quite a few to get through to get stopped out. It's got to be some serious brilliance on the pound, serious weakness Swiss franc to get there, but you never know. But yeah, to go through 3 hurdles to get there, I have to say, I'd say, you know what I mean? Commentator's curse. He's gonna win. He's gonna win. That's usually when everybody will trip over or something. But yeah, I like it. Thank you, Zanidi. That's the idea. You think it's risky? Well, I quite like it. Anybody like this? Because I certainly do. Anybody like it? They're all risky, by the way, Logan. This hopefully is a little less risky than some. Come on, guys. Do you like it? Edwin likes it. Okay, all right. Just gonna copy and paste this, and I put this on the group. Just give me a minute. What's to do this? Right, just got to write that down. Give me a moment. Where is it now? 1.1202. 1.1. Is that right? 275. 1.1065. On 60 and 300, call it. Right, sorted. I can get back to minimize that, get back to the trading room as I've done that. Okay, so okay, there we are. The detail of long. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Vumi. No idea what you're talking about. Yep, that's why I say that's why I like it. Yeah. The detail.
Roger, sorry. I think what he means the risk reward on a long trade on that one.
Oh, he wants to do a long. Okay. If you want to do a long on it, that looks about right. Yeah, that's if you do a long, yeah, by sheer coincidence, that should do it. Yeah. If you want to do a long on that one, there are your figures. If you want to buy it, of course it's possible. If you want to buy it, there you are. There are the figures if you want to buy it. Anybody agree with Vuzi on this one? I could well be wrong. It might just do just that. Anyone to support Vuzi on this one? Sound of silence. Maybe they're all shocked. Yeah, I'm selling it. Yeah, Vuzi says he's buying it. I mean, remember, it's not. I'm not the center of the universe in trading. Far from it. So if the other guy wants to buy it and wants the figures, I'll put them up. I'm just asking anyone to support him on this one. Oh, I'm definitely going to sell. I made that quite patently clear. But if you want to buy it, absolutely. Maybe it takes two parties. The only way you can buy or sell something is somebody else disagrees with you, like I mentioned before. You know, if everyone wants to buy it, then you can't sell it, and everyone wants to sell it, no one's going to buy it. Yeah. I'm definitely for the short, but if you want to buy it, there it is. Anyone support a buy on this one? I don't think you're going to get much support here, Vumi, I'm afraid. You might be standing alone, but if they're the figures, if you want it. All clear? All got it? Pen and paper handy? Okay, move on.
I think if he buys, he should wait for the candle to close first, for the daily candle to close first above those three candles. Those actually above the 50-day moving average. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think there's a strong sell here.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. If you want to buy this, if it takes above the 50-day moving average, then yeah, the buy is definitely the one. Absolutely. Exactly, Jacob. That's exactly what I believe. Yeah. Couldn't put it better. Too many wicks to buy. Yeah. Buy above there. That's strong advice on that. Yeah. Okay. And it's showing sellers coming in as well. So I'm not that off. Don't think anyone's going to be buying this. Foods you can if you want, but there's the figures. Well, having said that, look at that. But anyway, see what happens. Okay. Okay, good enough. Euro GBP is out in 5 minutes. Oh, okay, that's good points coming out just now. Good point there, Chris. See what happens there. I thought you meant the Euro GBP for a minute as an idea. Good point. Good point. Maybe we should wait on to 11, see what happens. I'm in the trading room. I'm just going to hang 5 and see what happens for that release. Good thinking. Okay. Yeah. See how that works out. GBP CHF. After all that, do it myself. Was it 160? Right. So that's 10. I'll do 2. Okay. All right. So, let's have a quick check, see how our goal's doing. Not much. Pretty damn quiet. Okay. The Dow, what's that doing? Hovering. What was the price we got on the Dow here? I've forgotten. Dow. 34955. Well, let's fix this up. That's good. Okay. Remember, these things get going. They can be very, very good indeed. Why do I say that? You know, you take 80 or 90 pips on a currency, you think you've done bloody well. 80 pips is nothing on these guys. And if it really does well, you can make up on one trade on the Dow or the NAS, equivalent to 4 or 5 TPs on the currencies, if you see what I mean, because the volatility of it. So just bear that in mind. Hang on in there. If it gets to target, you'd have made, what is a TP? You'd have made, 350 pips, equivalent to about 4 currency trades. Get the idea. So hope it gets there. And if it continues up, you can even modify the TP, modify the stop, and might get to 35.5. Who knows? Anyway, we'll see. Let's look at the others. Anything happening on the AUD CAD? Just a quick recap. Bit quiet, but I think you've all modified. It's hovering a bit. Try the 15-minute. Yep, sellers are coming back in. We've all modified. That's great. It's had a bit of a bounce there. Had a bit of a bounce. And if you guys are stopped out or on a modified stop loss, it's trying to break down again, but it's battling to get real movement below the round figure there. But anyway, still it's a profit. That's the main thing. Brent's hovering.
It hit my raised stop loss there, trading
okay.
stop loss.
Okay, fair enough then. Not a problem, but at least you made a profit out of it. That's the main thing. And I don't think it's a bad idea because it looks like it's battling to sustain a break below at 94. Yeah. So that's not so bad. Are you happy with that, Farley? You happy? You're not disappointed you're out?
No, I'm thankful for the profit that I made. It looks like it's a little bit indecisive, or there's a lot of sellers coming into the market.
Yeah, but I don't know so much. It seems to be holding on the 15-minute chart there. Remember, it got to 94-ish round about that earlier on today, and it didn't really sustain it. In fact, it got pretty close to TP. Hang on, did it? What's it? AUDGPY? Where is it now? What is the TP?
Yeah, it was during the night, it dropped down nicely.
Yeah.
If you go and to your 1 hour time frame, and then it changed around. It was around about 1 o'clock. There you are.
Yeah,
and
but
then start running backwards. So I'm glad I'm out now.
yeah, that's right. 93.35 is the TP, and it got down to 62. Now it's jumping. Okay, I take your point. Okay, well, we stopped out in the profit, see what happens. I'm pretty sure I'm selling because I didn't modify mine as yet because I've been in the trading room. Yeah, I did jump quite a bit. Or I might have been stopped out. Am I still in this thing? See. Okay, just 1 second. Just going to reply to this. And 300. Okay, sorted. Right, yeah. Did jump anyway. Am I still in this thing? No, obviously hit my TP, well, not sorry, my modified stop loss. Fair enough. Anyway, made a profit. Yeah, and the other one, of course, all out, hit the TP. 11 o'clock's just come. Let's have a look. What's the fundamentals say? Just check on that. Where are you? 11 o'clock. Came out on the GDP and it came out exactly as expected. The PPI, no, sorry, industrial production. No, it's not. It's only a 2-star. Don't worry about that. So yeah, it came out exactly as expected. So it didn't have much effect. So you can just carry on as before. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to, before we close up, to put my name down in case anyone hasn't got it, and number, trading support. Okay, please don't contact me on demos or when you're maybe 100, 200 rand your account. I can't assist you. But if you do have 2.5 grand or $150 or more, and you haven't got my number, let me know and I'll add you to my group. Okay. There you are. You've got contact details. I can certainly do that with a pleasure. GBP CHF. In fact, I'll write it down, save a bit of time. I'll write it down for you. You can go in at market, and the SL will be 1.1265 and TP 1.1065. Risk is 160 rand per micro. You can work it out from there, Nikki. Okay, so Euro GBP shouldn't much happen because exactly as expected. In fact, it's starting to come down. Hey, it's just about the stop loss. Remember, it's got to get out on the buy, not the sells. So the stop loss at 62. In fact, if it's 64, not your stop loss, your TP is at 64, you're not going to be out. That's got to get to the TP. And the TP on that was Euro GBP. I think it's running out these figures. 85.62, I was right. So it's got to come down a further 5 pips to trigger the TP. It's just about there. In fact, did it get there? It might have even got there. I think it did, so I might not be in this anymore. Hope not. Hope it did. That's not. Oh, it should just about there. Not quite got there. Nearly there. Cheers. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Anna-Marie. Cheers, Chris. Cheers. And yeah, it might get there. It's just pretty damn close. Got to come off another 4 pips and it'll get trigger your TP. Brilliant. Fantastico. Cheers, guys. Go well, and hopefully catch you tomorrow morning. You got my numbers. Any problems, give me a shout. Cheers, hey. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, Roger.
Cheers now. Cheers, guys.